And these are live campaigns: company formation, Dubai, 0 dirham, site links here, like license cost calculator, which is a lead magnet, mainland versus free zone, which is a lead magnet. Again, why these sort of campaigns? ROI about 250x. So this one real campaign spent about 400 dirhams, closed a client, and basically generated annual accounting revenue of 12,000 dirhams, a free zone channel partnership commission of about 6,000 dirhams. So the cash collected immediately was about 18,000 dirhams and an LTV over 100,000 dirhams. So this is what we do. These are the kind of insanely profitable campaigns we run. This is the first time probably I've seen 100% CTR click-through rate. So that's what we specialize in, like small budget, but like super relevant searches. And again, this campaign cost is about 400 dirhams for us to generate a return. This is how Medium Accounting spends about 400 dirhams to generate 18,000 today and 100,000 as an LTV or lifetime value. A high converting ad copy, a high converting landing page, lead magnets, branded portals for lead capture, conversion tracking, and founder acquisition tool. So why does this actually matter? Results like these: high CTR, 12%, funnels like these, where the CAC or the customer acquisition cost is between 1,300 dirhams to 400 dirhams, that generates about 30 to 40K in LTV. And similarly, in a completely different campaign, CAC between 680 to 2,300 generates a similar LTV of 35 to 40K. Why does this matter? An immediate cash-on-cash ROAS of 14x and a full LTV of about 58.8x. Right? This is not just ads campaigns. You can use the system or structure to actually do outreach, like email outreach or social media campaigns. So for reference, if you haven't done outreach at scale, like 0.7% reply rate is a really good reply rate, and that's what we do. 10,000 emails a day and reply rate of between 0.2 to 0.7%. Again, like how does this compare with metrics? You actually buy leads from Apollo and then you use Instantly to send emails. And let's see the cost. Apollo is about 604 and the license cost of Instantly is about 300. This is our unit economics stacks. Like you spent about $900 to $1,000 in the license cost to generate about 3 deals at a $10,000 LTV lifetime value. So that's like a ROI of almost 30x. What we are trying to do is get 100 new clients, 1 million dirhams collected within 8 weeks. Right, and I'm going to mention both the paths. One path leads to premature plateau, and other path helps us get 100 clients in 4 cycles. So this is the old way, and this is why accounting firms hit a plateau. Traditional growth model contains a hidden trap, and here's how it plays out every single time. If an accounting firm that's not ours advertises, this is what they do. They spend 5,000 dirhams a month in Google Ads, and it costs 5,000 dirhams to acquire one client. Right. So, and the average monthly billing is about 500 dirhams per month. Right. And it takes about 10 months for them to just break even on CAC or customer acquisition cost. Usually they acquire 10 to 12 clients per year. They add each year while spending 5,000 a month or 60,000 a year in ads. They do this indefinitely. The LTV or the average client lifetime value is about 5 years. Again, accounting is a very sticky product, but usually clients, they go out of business, they stop paying for trading license. So, your churn happens on average by around 5 years. This is how a typical accounting firm actually advertises in UAE. This is a real campaign by nexusuae.com. So company formation in UAE, 100% foreign ownership, easy, reliable, and fast business setup in Dubai and UAE. Start your business in UAE mainland, free zone, or offshore without any hassle. Mainland and free zone and offshore. Book a consultation call today. Contact us about us. Nothing to brag about this. The CPC cost per click is usually super high, and CTR click-through rate is super low. Similarly, looking at the accounting offer, the old way, this is how UAE accounting firm advertises. This is an offer by onestopvat.com. VAT filing done for you. Get your VAT number fast. We handle VAT registration worldwide, so you meet all local requirements, avoid costly mistakes and rejections with expert VAT registration help. Again, nothing to brag about. Super high CPC. Everyone's competing for this, and super low CTR click-through rate. Why this approach doesn't work? Because you hit a permanent ceiling at about 50 clients or 25,000 dirhams monthly recurring revenue. Every year, the new clients you win just replace the old ones who churned out 5 years ago. You're locked into a replace to maintain cycle and no real growth ever. And this is the reality. Like year one, you acquired 10, year two, you acquired another 10, so you're at 20, and then 30, and then 40, and then 50. And then the sixth year, actually, the first 10 churn out, right? You're still at 50, even though you acquire 10 more. The sixth year, the second year's turn out. So you're even if you acquire 10 more, you're at 50, right? So just add a zero before and or after, like deduct a zero depending on how much you're spending. But let's say you're spending 500,000 or 600,000 instead of 60,000 a year, and you're getting 100 clients, you'll hit a plateau at 500, right? But the churn is real, it happens. Our model is better, and there's a better way. Instead of slowly filling a leaking bucket, you scale so fast that churn actually becomes completely irrelevant for you. So this is our offer strategy and scaling plan. You have two irresistible offers, one for company formation and one for accounting offer, a compounding ad budget, and a reinvestment flywheel that cuts your client acquisition system cost with every cycle, right? So offer one is company formation. This would be bundled with 3 months free accounting with annual billing plans. Now you're doing this company formation with your accounting plan. This is important to note. And then you have 3 months free accounting for as your accounting offer, right? Your backend says basically the 3 months free is only valid on annual billing plans. And again, like you don't lose any money here. You just bump up your price by 30% and then like offer 30% off on annual billing cycles. Again, considering your price is about 799 dirhams a month, these are going to be the cash collected. Here you get in free information on an average of 5,500 dirhams as free zone commissions, 7,191 for annual accounting with 3 months discount. Here you essentially have 7,191 with the 3 months discount. So your immediate cash on these offers is between 7 to 12,000 dirhams. Now that's important because what we are trying to do is sort of like reinvest in the flywheel. So first of all, the ads would convert way better. This is how we basically run ads. Stop overpaying for accounting, get 3 months free today. Get expert accounting for less with a reliable UAE team. Bookkeeping, VAT filing, payroll, and tax support under one fixed monthly fee. We handle the switch, you get better service and more time. Switch now and enjoy 3 months free. So you can see like we have basically tons of lead magnets here. Free VAT risk assessment is a lead magnet. Free corporate tax risk assessment is a lead magnet. Client portal is a lead magnet. Your CPC is super low, cost per click, and CTR is super high. And that's what we want. We want an ad where people actually stop scrolling and they click on the ad. This one is for company formation. Company formation in Dubai, 0 dirhams. Start your business today. 0 dirham setup fees for Dubai company formation. Clear costs upfront. Use our 30-second license cost check. Compare mainland and free zone options. No hidden setup fee. Expert guidance from consultation to trade license approval. Reserve your 0 dirham spot today. Fast callback guaranteed. Again, lead magnets like mainland versus free zone, license cost calculator and all that. Your CPC is super low and CTR is super high, which is what we want. Reinvestment flywheel works this way. With your initial CAC or customer acquisition cost, you still make 20,000 dirhams in under 30 days. That's with 2 clients for the first cycle. You reinvest it all, more budget, more better campaigns and lower CAC every single cycle. So if you run Google ads, you probably know CAC drops down. Now, it's important to note the campaign that I showed you, the real campaign had a CAC of about 400 dirhams. Here we are factoring 5,000 dirhams as a CAC, so almost 15 times higher than the result our current companies are actually getting. So your initial budget is about 10,000 dirhams. Your CAC, let's say, is about 5,000 dirhams. You acquire two clients. Your cash collected is about 20,000 dirhams. You reinvest all of that 20 back. Your CAC goes down slightly. You get more clients, 5 clients out of those CAC, and then the cash collected is 50,000 dirhams. That's the average of company formation and accounting of annual accounting billing. You reinvest all that. CAC drops down slightly more. Clients are 16. Your cash collected is 160. And finally, last cycle, fourth cycle, where you have 160 collected, you reinvest it all back. Your CAC drops down even further. You have 80 clients and your cash collected is 800. Right? So you're at 103 clients, 1.03 million collected, and you have reinvested about 240 of that back into Google Ads. Now, again, 4 cycles is easy to say. Some clients do it in 4 weeks, some clients do it in 8 weeks, some do it in 16 weeks. But realistically, the faster you're able to convert, the clients, the leads, the faster you can repeat the flywheel. And that's kind of like the approach. And especially we only encourage to do annual accounting billings. This is the reason why like you can scale like way faster. And usually if you have an offer paired with that, like 30% off on annual plans, usually 90% of clients actually pick that. So if we scale this exactly. So if we scale this fast, the 5-year churn is completely irrelevant. And that's how we win, by speed, value, and reinvestment. So now we will preview 2 of the offers that we will actually use during the first 4 cycles, and we won't touch any other offers. Again, we have 20 plus offers, but at least until you get 100 clients, we focus on these 2 offers. This might be a lot of information to process, so you can always go back to myforgefoundry.com and review all of this. So our first offer is company formation, a 0 dirham setup with annual accounting plan. Our second offer is accounting offer, which is 3 months free accounting with annual accounting plan. Now to preview the company formation offer, essentially this is the ad structure. So this is how the structure basically looks like. You have 0 dirham setup fee, limited slots. You have lead magnets over here as site links. And lastly, you have a high converting landing pages. This is how the Google ad copy works, and we basically give you the highest converting version of this. Our budget allocation strategy is usually 70-30. So 70% basically goes into cost hooks, 0 dirham heavy urgency, high CTR campaigns. Now, again, we will give you best performing keywords, headlines, descriptions, site links, callouts for those. Campaign 2 gives you authority, professional tone, structured support, broader UAE. So here we target like broad match keywords. And again, you'll get keywords, headlines, descriptions, site links for that. Now, this is probably the most important part, which is universal negative keywords. So in UAE, for accounting firms, when you advertise, you get a lot of, for company formation, job seekers, employment, DIY, informational, research intent, free, cheap, low intent, geography exclusion. So we give you negative keywords to make sure you're not wasting money on your campaigns. You get a high converting landing page version from us. So again, for budget allocation part 1, 70%, we'll have 0 setup fee. And this would be the landing page for that. Again, this is tested. Our landing pages usually convert about 3x better than a typical landing page. And they're basically built for conversion. And secondly, for premium company formation, we would have a different landing page. Here, you would actually focus on giving a white collar service. So you'd help with visa allocation, PRO, you'd help with bank account guidance, stuff like that. And here you can also charge a setup fee, right? So clients usually don't mind a setup fee into the 30% allocation. Now, next is lead magnets, and this is probably the most important part of the entire structure, what we do. Usually when you run ad campaigns, most clients don't trust you enough to build a landing page. How do we capture these leads? We use lead magnets like license cost calculator and free zone comparison tool for company formation offer. We have different lead magnets for accounting offers, but the idea is you try to give some value first and then capture lead, right? So none of the UAE accounting firms does this, right? So if you just want to see what currently accounting firms are doing, like this one, quick business setup, you can try to click their cost calculator. And yeah, I can see only one person using lead magnet. And if you go to their cost calculator, it's basically a contact form disguised as a lead magnet, right? So this is not how you actually trust. Basically try to give some value in the process. So it has to be a real lead magnet. So just to show you a different one, like free zone comparison tool, like yes, for business activity, industry focus, annual revenue, budget range, here their visa requirements, office type, setup timeline, VAT and corporate tax assistance, and you give them the best free zone choice, right? So a backend algorithm that actually properly compares 45 plus free zones and gives them something of value. And of course, to unlock the entire report, they have to enter their details. So this is how the lead magnets need to be structured, and they convert really well. They make your campaigns 3 times profitable. They drop ad cost by around 70%. Next is portals. This is another thing that most accounting firms, they get completely wrong. So there are plenty of accounting firms, but for example, let's take Fuluflow, for example, fantastic founder, like great guys, but they don't capture any leads whatsoever, because when you come to their website, it seems like they are basically some sort of a platform, right? But they are actually an accounting firm. right? So this doesn't convert. Plus, if you actually sign into their portal, you see invoice, expenses, all of those things. Clients usually don't care about that. They just want to dump their information into Dropbox style, outlet and be done with it. So we still want to capture lead, because usually people don't mind creating an account. So we capture email and phone numbers of visitors just browsing around who haven't filled the lead form or lead magnets yet, but they've created an account in your branded portal. How do we do that? Having a Dropbox like client portal. Of course, you can brand it, you can have requests, you can have messaging inside, but that's pretty much it. It's just kind of like a Google Drive account. Of course, like accountants can manage folders and stuff, but that's basically what you're looking for. And similarly, on the accountant side, on the admin side, you should be able to see all clients, log the profiles if you have to, and send requests, let's say bank statement requests, to 1,000 clients at once, right? So it increases your efficiency, but at the same time, it's just a glorified Dropbox or a Google Drive account with your brand, right? Branded portal. It helps you increase retention, decreases poaching from your potential employees, but helps you with lead capture, which is our main goal. Now, we'll go back to our accounting offer to see the similar infrastructure for accounting offer, an ad structure with lead magnets, but different ones. You can see compliance roadmap, free VAT risk check, free corporate tax risk assessment. Those pair really well with accounting offer, and your higher converting landing page wireframe. So this would be our strategy. Similarly, 70-30 allocation structure. 70% for high intent, free low cost buyers, and 30% for premium buyers. How does it work? Again, we'll give you keywords, descriptions, site links, display path, callouts, everything. But again, probably most important, we'll give you negative keywords, which is like for job seekers, education courses, certifications, accounting software searches, DIY informational intents, free cheap hunters, geography exclusions, and then campaign specific negative keywords as well to protect your investment. Now, preview of landing page of accounting offer. Again, this accounting landing page converts 3x better than any other typical landing page. Establishes credibility, has lead capture, but essentially hits all of the pain points as well, right? And signals urgency. That's what we are trying to do. Let's review lead magnets. So you can always revisit the website and check all of the lead magnets in details, but I'm going to go through one such lead magnet, which is our VAT risk assessment. Now you can see it's super fluid, like type form, and that's what we want. Like fluid flow. The lead magnet that I searched here, you don't want a lead magnet like this, where selection is time taking and it's much harder, and the flow is not seamless. So let me see. Inquire now. One or more fields. Okay. We want none of that. We don't want load time. Usually people have super short attention span. So we want real lead magnets with fast lead capture. And that's how you actually capture lead. Again, you input the detail. You provided some value first, and then you input the details, and immediately the lead capture happened. And that's the responsiveness that you basically are looking for. Similarly, app portals again. So in your accounting ad campaigns also, you'd have a site link called client portal, and additional leaking leads would be captured here if they're just browsing through your portal. So yeah, that's basically what we do. Again, this was, I would say, a quick demo of how we get from 0 to 100. We have a different strategy to go from 100 to 1,000. Final trick, no ads, no outreach. You just put a QR with lead magnets in all your team's business card, and you capture hundreds of leads every year. Every time your team has a conversation, you capture leads. And this is a fantastic trick. We have had clients who actually did no ads, no outreach. They had a team of 15 to 20. They just gave them the business card and they started capturing leads. How does it work? You put your lead magnets in a QR and your website /free tools. And mention in the card, this card helps you avoid 5,000 dirhams in compliance fines, 10,000 dirhams in poor tax structuring, 20,000 dirhams in wrong free zone choice, and give it to every single employee with their name, with their designation details, numbers, and everything. People actually start retaining your cards because your card is essentially now a tool, and it can help you at various points of time, right? When you're creating a new company, it can help you with a license cost calculator or free zone comparison tool. When you are in compliance trouble, it can help you with a risk assessment. When you are scaling, it can help you with a compliance roadmap generator. When you're a bigger company, it can help you with corporate tax risk assessment when you've crossed the threshold, right? So people actually start retaining your card, and whenever they scan, they get some value upfront, but the lead capture happens, right? So you centrally get all the leads in your Google Sheets using conversion tracking. So that's basically what we want to do, having lead capture at every possible form.